Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this live stream event. My name is Totalbiscuit. I'm joined by the calmest of Joes.
I'm angry, bitches. You know what? For once, I'm gonna be calm on a stream, and it's gonna surprise the fuck out of you, dude.
Is it gonna be some kind of Jazz Joe? Is it gonna be smooth?
Jazz Joe, radio voice. Let's do it. Because I'm going to kick your ass later on tonight, so you better get in all the practice right now.
You're going to do it politely and smooth.
Yeah. Smooth ass kicking.
Indeed. Not smooth arse, however. We do not go in for that kind of thing. But welcome to the show, Joe. We're going to be streaming a little bit of Mechwarrior online, and I'm of course joined by two people that suck less than we do. I've got Phil from No Guts, No Galaxy. He is the host of that Mechwarrior podcast, and he is also a prolific Mechwarrior streamer. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, TB.
Yep, should be good. You're the one we're kind of relying on to make sure we don't explode. And also we have Garth, who is the community manager over at Piranha. They are the developers of Mechwarrior Online, which I must emphasize is currently in beta. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Cool. So, what are we here for today, exactly? I might as well ask you, Garth, considering that this is an event that was organized by Piranha. What do you intend to put us through?
I want to shoot some mechs with you guys
while
we're in mechs. So I figure we could do that. You think we can do that?
I think we can shoot mechs while in mechs. I think, honestly, that's probably the best plan that I've heard in ages. So we can do that.
I like blowing shit up.
Yeah, that's always a good idea. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our lance against the world, right? So we have a 4-man squad, a.k.a. a lance. It's going to be in 12v12. We'll queue as our lance, and then, of course, we'll be paired up with 2 others, and we will attempt to not be blown up horribly. Bearing in mind that Mechwarrior Online is kind of similar to Counter-Strike in the sense that when you die, you're out for the round. And so, yeah, it's probably best that you don't die too quickly. Rounds can be swift, rounds can be brutal, and, of course, if we want to do that properly, we should probably prepare for it. So what I'd actually like to do is go through a little bit of mech creation in the mech lab, just to look at our configurations and see whether or not we're actually properly set up, and then we can queue up. Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
Do it.
All right, sweet. So I'm gonna show you guys a mech that I have, actually, and I'll describe it for the experts that we happen to have on the call at the moment, and then you can tell me whether or not this is any good. So I picked up a mech called Heavy Metal, which is wonderfully stylish, as you can see. The color scheme is...
That's just pink, right? That's the pink mech.
It's fabulous, is what it is. And if I recall correctly in the lore, wasn't Heavy Metal actually piloted by a female veteran Mechwarrior?
Yes, Rhonda Snord. Yeah,
indeed.
Yeah, I am impressed. TV.
Yeah, and she does not mess around, actually. She installed speakers on the mech, which will play heavy metal music whenever a kill has been confirmed, which is always nice. Now, I had a look on the forums, because honestly, I have no idea how to equip a Highlander, especially not one that's configured this way, but I was able to configure it with 3 medium lasers, an anti-missile system, an SRM-6 with Artemis, which I believe helps the lock-on, and 2 AC-5 autocannons, alongside 13 double heat sinks, some jump jets, an XL-300 engine, and hopefully enough armor to not explode within the first 5 seconds. What do you reckon to that loadout?
You're a noob. That's a terrible loadout.
God damn it.
I'm just playing. I haven't played with the Highlanders. I know that you use their jump jets. That's what you want to do. So I think long-range weapons on the Highlander, using their jump jets to bounce in and out of cover is probably a pretty effective tactic. But these guys know. Ask them.
Yes, indeed they do. What's your opinion on that loadout?
Well, you've got the dual AC5, so it actually has a good amount of punch to it, and then it also has range. I mean, the effective range of it is like 620 meters, and it goes out even further. And so you got 2 of them, which means, you know, twice the punch. You can also check out, for those that don't know, is the Ultra Autocannons, which is like, it's like a faster firing. Those are actually in the game right now, so... And I know I don't think you've used them before, but you can always try.
Actually, I haven't. I'm just going to compare some stats over here. So you were saying that the Ultra autocannons, they do take up an extra slot each.
Yes.
And they're a ton heavier.
Yes, so that I might have to mess around a little bit if I want to actually use those. But you're saying they fire twice as fast. So what's the downside?
Downside is they can jam. Now it was just changed. It was a 25% jam chance. Now it's a 15. So it sort of balances it out. So if you just hold down the trigger, they'll eventually jam, but they also unclear themselves. There's no mechanic. You don't have to do anything like that. You just basically hold the trigger and watch everything burn in front of you. So
I like that.
Yeah, it sounds good. I actually think I do have some empty slots, so I may be able to equip these things. I'm just going to buy myself two. There's
watch your tonnage. Watch your tonnage.
Yes, I do need to do that. So first things first, I'm gonna take the AC5s off. They have served me well. You'll notice that the weapon arm actually changes depending on what weapons are equipped with it. I'm just looking at that LB10X AC, and I'm just like, oh, that looks delicious, but I should probably not. It's... I remember, I think it was back in Mechwarrior 3, we used to hate anyone that would just stack Ultra AC20s. It was just horrible. Because as soon as you got hit by them, your cockpit would slam back so much you couldn't even do anything.
And then you'd fall on your ass, and then you die. I remember
pretty much.
Those days.
You remember those? Yeah. That was not a good time. I did not enjoy that as much as I thought I would. Okay, so I've got 1 Ultra AC. Obviously, I'm going to have to worry a little bit about slots because these do take 5 slots. So that only leaves me with 3 on that arm. I could maybe put some of that ammo there. I'm just seeing what else can I do. My other arm is... I could probably move over one of the medium lasers, actually. In fact, I'd have to move over quite a lot in order to make this work. But it's entirely feasible. We can do it. I'm going to take off a heatsink. I'm going to take off these medium lasers. And I'm going to put my other AC on the other arm. So at least if I lose that arm, I'm not going to lose both my autocannons, right? Actually, never mind. I can't do that because the hardpoint restrictions prevent me from doing so.
Yeah. Ugh. I was going to say, you actually, with that particular setup, I don't think you can do the UAC5s, 2 of them dual, because they take up 10 slots total, and you only have 9. So obviously, those are limitations and hardpoints that,
indeed,
another Highlander you can actually do that with, because it doesn't have the lower arm actuator, which... That basically translates into you don't have that side-to-side mobility, and with dual reticles, you can't aim side-to-side like that. So, AC5, a Gauss rifle, an AC10, an LBX, or as people call them, LB10X, all those work. But really, I think that setup you had originally works.
With the AC5s? All right, we'll go back to that then for the time being.
With the XL engine, keep in mind, though, is they're following sort of strict sort of Battletech rules to where if your left or right torso gets destroyed, it just destroys part of the engine, which basically knocks you out of the fight. So that's the trade-off. You get weight savings with the XL engines compared to the standard. So the standard are like really heavy, but the XL are lighter. But the XL also take up in the left and right torso. So if those sections get destroyed, you're out of the fight as well. So it's a trade-off. It's about it's all about risk versus reward.
Phil and I argue about this all the time.
Yeah,
I love XLs.
It does. It seems like this particular game, which I've dipped in and out of ever since the Founders Alpha, really, and I never got too heavily into the sim aspects of things, is based an awful lot around BattleTech lore to the point where it actually affects the game mechanics.
Yes, very heavily, I
Yeah.
would say.
Yes.
Alright.
No, it's one thing. Me following the development of MWO, like what they've done is like, remember in Mechwarrior 2 and Mechwarrior 3, you're able to put any weapon on any mech and do pretty much the same thing, and there was
Yep.
no variance, right? You just
Yep.
had one mech. Now in BattleTech, the reason that is that there's no systems that say, oh well, if the stock mech has an AC-20, then you can only put a ballistic weapon in. And you saw MechWarrior 4 do that, where they sort of went to this hardpoint system, but they didn't use this crit system. Now MechWarrior Online is using basically the tabletop, saying, hey, you've got that Highlander. It's got a Gauss rifle in its arm. Well, hey, you can fit ballistic weapons only in that. But and so it definitely mixes it up as far as like balancing. So you've got one particular variant that does really well with, let's say, energy and ballistic, and another that does good with energy and missile, or a combination. So, it's a balancing act, for sure.
Indeed. Now, I'm noticing for some reason my loadout has like 7 tons spare, so I'm armoring up at this stage. Even then, though, I actually have reached my limits. So, what would you recommend? When I describe my loadout to you, I still seem to be sitting on 6.5 tons spare, even with maximum armor.
Okay, so on your engine, can you click on your center torso?
Sure, yeah, let's do that.
And you'll see your engine, it'll have engine heat sinks. Is it 0 out of 2?
Yes, it is.
Okay, cool. Click on your equipment, and then at the click on the double heat sink and drag it to the engine, and you'll notice your heat efficiency goes up.
Sure.
Basically how it works is the engines can hold actually extra, and they don't take up the crit space that would go in your left or right torso or arms. So, because remember, if you include endosteel or like ferrofibrous, those things reduce your weight, but they take up critical slots. So a lot of the times you'll see on assault mechs, endosteel is pretty much a go-to. Ferrofibrous, though, is usually reserved for like a medium or a light mech, just because it's going to have extra crit spaces. Jump jets is another thing. How many jump jets do you have on that thing?
Probably not as many as I should.
Okay, well, you can always put them in your legs if you want, or in your left or right torso. I would recommend, if your ammo is split up, to look at it this way. In the game, ammo will be used in this order. Your head, so if it's placed in your head, your cockpit, the ammo will be used first. Your center torso, so if you have any ammo in your center torso, and then it goes out to your torsos and your legs. So if you can, put them in your header and CT. Now, some people are like, no, that's a horrible idea. Well, if you use a lot of your ammo, then you won't have to worry about like an ammo explosion happening, like if you just hold down the trigger all the time. So
if I recall correctly, doesn't the case do something with that as well? Like, it's a long time since I played Mechwarrior, so what is the effect of the case?
Case. It's basically like it's called cellular ammunition storage equipment. It's basically like blow-off panels like on an M1A1. Now, the thing with it is if you have a standard engine and you have case in your left or right torso, yes, basically if it explodes, you have an ammo explosion, it basically vents all of the damage from happening to the rest of your mech. But with an XL, it doesn't really matter. Anyway. It's going to blow up. So you're better off not even having the case with it. But if you have a standard, yes.
Okay, well, I believe I've actually got my tonnage to about maximum now, so I'm like 0.5 under, so that should be fine. So my mech's looking a little less silly, so we can...
You could drop, if you go to your armor and your right leg and left leg, you can drop off probably 0.5 tons on the two of them, and that'll give you a full ton left over, and you can add a heat sink, a ton of ammo, and then that way... I don't like having any spare weight, that's just me.
I can imagine, yeah. This seems like when you're setting your mechs up, it's a big exercise in maxing. Would I be accurate there?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean...
I spend more time in the mech lab than I do playing.
And there is no right or wrong. Like, some people may disagree, but I feel like it's up to your play style. I mean, like, if you just want to go freaking brawling and gun shooting, I mean, you can go all close range or whatever. But there may be consequences, right? Because if you get dropped on a long range map, I mean, but you chose, so it's just one of those things. But you can also throw on another jump jet,
I think I'm maxed out on my jump jets now. Oh, there we go. Okay, I've got myself to 89 tons, so I might just toss another bit of ammo on. Nothing better than a little bit more ammo for the ACs. Let's put it in there.
And I like the AC5s. They had a increase in rate of fire a few patches ago, and definitely brought them in line to where you basically saw them being used across the board. So, and you don't have to worry about jamming it, and it's sort of a null heat signature. So basically,
Sure.
it doesn't increase your heat.
Okay.
So that's another important thing.
All right. So I will be rolling with the heavy mech, which is the heavy metal, in fact, which is an assault mech. Joe, what's your mech of choice these days? What do you roll with?
I've got an assault mech. I'm gonna be running an Atlas. Come on, you knew that was coming, bro.
Yeah, I saw
Brawler.
that coming a mile away. I gotta be honest.
I'm going DDC. I'm going an AC-20. That's my main hitter. And then you got large lasers, 2 large lasers. I'm gonna go with 3 streak SRMs. And he just said they've been upgraded, right? They got buffed.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, nice. I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do. That's for them little guys that want to get up in my face and want to try to run circles around me. I'm gonna streak you, okay? So
Oh God.
back
Go
up,
streaking.
because
That's
Joe's
horrible.
gonna streak you. And then I got an anti-missile system because I cannot stand them long-range rockets coming at me. I went with double heat sinks. Double heat sinks is pretty standard in the game. You gotta go with double heat sinks.
Yes. Yes.
I got 14 of them. No jump jets. I like to stay grounded, at least with my brawler. And the engine, I went with the 335. I got the active probe system in case I need to engage in some electronic warfare with the
Gotcha.
Guardian ECM. So I know what I'm doing. I'm ready to get out there and whoop some ass. Oh, I also got endo steel. So
Awesome,
Alright.
awesome. Indo and double heat sinks are sort of a must. It's like the upgrades you go to first. That definitely. And Indo, it'll save weight across the board. And like you were saying, you already have ECM on your Atlas. You're in a
Yeah.
DDC, so you can counter the lights too. So
And I put the paint scheme. I got black and red, son. And I also have a little dice in my cockpit. I went with there's little customizations you could do. I got dice, and I think I've got a tiny little mech. It's the spider statue because he looked the most colorful. But I really wanted Coconut Monkey, but I couldn't find him in here. I think it was like an exclusive with the magazine at one point or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a limited
was.
time offer.
No.
I was gonna say, you do realize, Joe, that red makes your mech go faster. It's a true story.
Oh yeah.
I
Red
obviously
ones
it
go
does, yeah.
faster.
The red ones
Yeah.
always go faster, no question about that. So, experts, what are you going to be rolling with? Considering we're rolling with 2 silly, bulky assault mechs, hoping not to be blown to smithereens, what are you going to be using?
Garth, you want to talk about yours
Oh,
first?
I use the Cicada, which is the most bizarre mech I think in the game. It's a medium that acts like a light.
Okay.
So it's out of nowhere. It's all lasers, and I basically just run up behind people, shoot them in the back, and run away, and harass them and annoy them until they get killed by someone else.
And
All right.
pretty much. And I will say though that Garth fills a role though. Is he's a harasser. He can fight other light mechs that come up. So what you guys were talking about, spiders and Jenners and stuff like that, he can fight them away. But yet he can also hang with the the bigger mechs. And he's
like
a medium.
that.
He's 40 tons. So like Joe, you said you're a brawler, right? You're a tank. You want to get up in their face. You want to do damage, and he's sort of like the harassment to get stuff off your back as well. So. You create your own roles, I guess, in that regard.
And what are you going to be rolling?
I'm rolling in what I call the BAM. It's a blackjack BJ1. Yeah, BJ. I know, right? Everyone just. I do it all the time.
Oh,
It's
God,
like,
this stream is the highest brow of entertainment right now. Jeez.
Ew.
I'm just saying, it's a BJ. I mean, but everyone likes. Anyways, with the BJ1, I'm packing an AC-20, which is like your heaviest hitting weapon in the game. It's basically like a giant, tank round. And I've also got 3 medium lasers. I go pretty fast. I have jump jets. So my whole thing is to hit hard and to get away. So I'll be there supporting you guys.
All right.
Cool. All right, well, I think we're about set up and ready to rock and or roll, whichever you prefer. I prefer the rocking. Heavy metal is into that. So I'm going to ready up my mech, and I need to also ready up on group launch. There we go. So we'll be queuing as a group, and that means that if you guys are playing, you may, in fact, be able to jump in with us. It's going to be a bit potluck as to whether or not you get in with us, but you can try, certainly.
All right, you guys ready?
I'm ready to rock and
There you
roll.
go.
Let's
Now,
make it
I'm
happen.
gonna pick. Right now, there's 2 game modes. There's Assault, which is basically deathmatch. It's, in my opinion, one of the funner modes. And you've got Conquest, which is sort of. I think that's where the tickets count down, right? If you hold
Yeah.
bases.
Yeah, they're both tickets and countdown, but the reality is the conquest you have more cat points. So it's a little bit more of a, as they call, strategic, where you can have lights go around and out cap and stuff like that. So
Gotcha.
you guys
All
are in
right,
assaults. So
we're
you may
going
wanna
Assault.
do-
I think we're gonna
Oh,
shoot
yeah,
things.
we're going
That
assault.
sounds like a better idea in general. Let's go with that.
All right, I'm hitting launch. Let's do this shit.
All right. Now, you guys said you played, previous Mechwarrior titles. That
Yes.
makes me. We probably played with or against each other in Mechwarrior 3, and if you played 4 as well, I was there. So.
I didn't play much of 4. I'm gonna be honest. I was one of the guys that when I loaded up Mechwarrior 4, I instantly hated it and just didn't want anything to do with it. Quite frankly, not
I
a
think
thing.
a lot of people actually felt like that, but
Yeah,
that's
It
just.
grows on you.
yeah. It's all we had at the time. So what do you do? I mean,
Yeah, you're not gonna do much. I stuck with Mechwarrior 3 Pirates Moon for as long as I possibly could, man.
Oh man, run around as elementals and.
Oh, the elementals were just the most infuriating damn things in the world. God damn. They were absolutely horrible.
All right. Wow, we have a lot of Steiners on our team. You know what that means?
Good luck.
I got my little Steiner hologram in my
I love pressing buttons. Do 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 do. I love the
all
cockpit
systems
soccer sequence.
nominal. Alright,
All right, so
let's rock and roll.
you guys will start off in third-person view too. So
Yeah,
if
I
you want to
turned
get
that
out of
off.
that,
Yeah.
yeah, hit F4.
Yes, I would like
Yeah.
to.
Not
get
Alt
that
F4, just F4.
No,
F4.
you know Russ did that, the president of Piranha Games.
Yeah.
He forgot his keybind
Ah.
and Alt F4'd.
Interestingly enough, like the way that you've done the third-person mode in this, you actually deploy a little drone behind you that's like shoots a bunch of. It's got a red blinking light on it. What? That's like cool from an immersion standpoint, but is there actually a mechanical reason for that?
It lets people know where you are if you try and do things like ridge peeking. They can see the little thing poking up. So
Okay, right.
it lets other people know what you're doing.
Alright, that's logical, I guess. Ridge peeking, I take, is a bad thing.
Yes,
Pop-tarting.
nobody likes ridge peeking.
Okay. Oh, so I guess you just kind of like peek over a ridge, shoot, go back, and keep doing that till the end of time, right?
Yes.
Hey,
like with
hey,
Jeff
that's a
Duncan.
tactic. in the
Oh, I've
game.
attracted attention.
You wanna counter that? Then you come and find me. You come and flank.
All right, we got targets up here.
There's a Victor.
Now we're
Yeah,
going
I see
all
the
down the
Victor.
right side. You notice this? We're all going down the right side.
Hey, you gotta follow the pack, dude. You don't want to get jumped by 6 or 7 of them going
There's
up
speed
here.
middle here.
There's a misery
Look.
behind that ridge.
I think there's 3 or 4 right there.
Misery loves company.
Oh! I just took it. I
Yeah,
don't know
watch
what
out.
the hell that was, but it hurt me.
PPCs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just ate that.
And
That
I
was
heard it.
Yeah.
I heard it from here.
Yeah, I took a big hit to my right torso there.
Did you get out in front? TV, you have to be very careful. You have to be
Let
very
the other
UAV.
dudes die first.
Oh, God, I
UAV's
did-
up. Yep, UAV's up. I'm pushing. Gareth, I'll join you.
Alright,
That little-
I'm gonna follow you. I'll provide fire support.
You notice that little weird icon on your radar? That's a
Yeah.
UAV.
Okay, so that's gonna spot them for us.
C3, C3.
Yep.
Ooh, yeah, they can see me. They're
Keep your
firing
head down.
PPCs in my general direction. I've got a cataphract 600 meters ahead.
Roger, I'm hitting the Misery.
That misery, yeah, he's hurt.
Yeah,
Alright.
he's,
Losing arm.
I need to get a good line of fire on these guys.
New target.
I'm
Locked
right
on-
below the Misery.
Locked on the
I'm popping.
misery.
Oh, there goes the arm.
Right arm. Left arm's gone.
Alright, I'm coming in on them.
Hey, we got a Victor coming in, Alpha as well.
I'll
To
try
your
and go
left.
around.
Alright. Okay, they haven't seen me, I don't think.
New
C4.
target acquired.
Yeah, I'm on the
Alpha's-
Victor right now, engaging.
Yep. Go for
Focusing
that
on
right
that arm.
torso. He's gonna have an XL. He's gonna have an XL.
Okay, aiming.
Oh, he doesn't.
Oh, he doesn't. Wow. Okay, never mind.
Alright, I've encountered 3 of them. I'm gonna have to back off slightly. I've taken critical damage already. They really don't like me.
Roger. Alpha is down. Switch to Echo.
Echo.
Alright.
Acquired.
AC-20 vote.
Yep.
Yeah,
That
keep
thing
it out of the
will
way of
hurt.
that Jäger mech.
Oh, the Atlas arms hang so low.
Target
I got my large lasers not hitting. Let's go.
Alright, I'm going to engage the cataphract at long range if possible.
Yep,
20
go
book
for
down.
it. I'm with you. Charlie? You're on Charlie. Okay, he just popped me.
Whoa, their base.
I've got to lead this slightly.
Hey, that spider's on the right side ridge.
Yeah, I saw that. That's a first.
Alright, cataphract took several hits. His arm is gone. I'm still on critical damage. I've taken some fire from behind. I think the spider's trying to engage me.
Probably gonna.
Oh, it is. In a major
Joe,
way.
I'm with you, man. We've got a misery right here.
Yeah.
I've got that spider is on my ass right
I'm gonna
now.
come around this ridge from their base and hit B3.
Oh, that's me popped.
Roger,
Oh,
we
down.
can't-
Oh, Totalbiscuit is down.
Oh, they're
Engine
behind
is
I just
down.
turned on stream in
Hey,
case
Joe
somebody
behind.
wants.
Joe behind.
Behind me.
Yep,
Oh,
turn
God,
around.
Joe.
Turn around. No!
There ain't nothing behind me. Oh yeah, they're coming down the ridge. Here we go.
Yeah, Golf. Golf is messed up.
Yeah, I'm on him.
He's about to land. Going for the kill. Nice!
I've
Oh,
got
gonna
to
kill.
Go.
Hey, look at Charlie. Look at Charlie up on the ridge.
How
He's
do I
great.
spectate
I got
you
him, I got
guys?
Acquired.
You can switch,
Oh.
and then there's little arrows to your left that you can switch
Oh,
individuals.
I see it. Okay, cool.
Idiot is hitting up against me. Can't even move.
He's blocking you in.
He wants to be close to the super.
But I got it now. He backed
All right,
up.
who we on? Misery's about to go down. All right, Misery's
Yeah,
stripped.
New target acquired.
You call a target, Joe.
Anybody wingman? Anybody my wingman?
Yeah, I'm right here with you, man. I ain't
And up.
leaving.
I'm gonna move up.
Acquired.
These just look like light and medium mechs.
I'm on this hunch.
Yeah, we got
Garth
Kilo
is
over
all
here.
up in
He's
his
on
grill.
right.
Look at that. Oh, Christ, look at the size of that thing.
Whoops.
New target.
Hey,
acquired.
Joe, we got targets over to our right here.
Oh shit! Hold on. I've got to switch some of my weapon keys. I'd forgotten to do that.
You might want to do that quickly, because they're not going to let you do that.
Acquired.
All right, now I'm good. I'm good. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey guys, stop shooting at me for a minute. I just gotta fix this.
New target acquired.
Take him in the back, Jim.